What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Coinbros. It is Saturday. I think it's the 28th today. I could be wrong. I don't know. I always get that wrong, but I think it's the 28th. It is a beautiful day out here in Las Vegas, and we're going to talk about what's going down in the market. Now, look, like I said, I'm going to give you guys the updates on a daily basis. I don't care what day it is, every single day. And it's not always good news, you know? Like, sometimes there's good things in the news, and sometimes there's bad things. And today is just one of those days where there wasn't really any good news in the market. And we're going to talk about some of the stories and things that are going down. And we'll kind of recap what's going on and what we talked about this week. My kids got baseball today, so that's why I'm doing this one a little late. I got, 2 kids in baseball, and you're at the field for like 9 hours. So I'm taking a little break and doing this video. But, so some of the top stories. One thing we saw today, this is the first time this has happened in the entire year. I think it's the first time the entire year that this has happened, and you're seeing a big outflow of ETFs. Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, a lot of institutional money is de-risking right now. Now, that could mean one thing or two things, right? So one, they're just de-risking, and who knows if we're going to take another leg down, or it could be kind of signaling the bottom pretty soon and we'll kind of level out, right? So hopefully that's what happens. But bottom line is, like, ETFs are kind of coming out of the market with good reason, man. You got the war. You have another story that happened today. So the ceasefire, nothing's happened, right? So it's actually escalated a bit. You have other countries getting involved now. And there wasn't any resolution to anything happening with the war. So you're seeing a lot of institutional money. They get nervous. They get scared. They start de-risking. They start pulling money out of the industry. And it's just a bear market. This is what happens, right? Like, institutional money, big money, it's like, they're not like us. They're not crazy crypto guys. Like, they de-risk, right? Could be the wrong move, but that's just the way they function. And that's what happens with the big money. So we're seeing a lot of ETF outflows from all the major coins. And that doesn't mean, and well, here's some positives. So the whale wallets are at an all-time high. So whales are swooping up, and big and long-time holders are holding their crypto, and they're buying more of it. So you have just the typical battle of, the people that truly believe and that are whales that keep swooping it up. Institutions get nervous and they pull money out whenever things aren't looking great. Because, the reality is, if you're just looking at X's and O's, we're in a bear market. This is a bear market, and it is a little bit nerve-wracking for a lot of major companies, hedge funds, things like massive institutional money, right? So they get scared. They start pulling out. So there is a reality where we will see a leg down. I don't know how big of a leg down. It might only be, because I think Bitcoin's down 13%. I know Solana and ETH the past couple of days, they took a pretty big hit. I think Ethereum's back under 2,000. Solana's back around the $80 mark. So yeah, man, we're having a good pullback. And I think I hate to keep harping on the war and stuff, but it's the biggest news in the world right now. And until there's some type of resolution or we see a direction this is headed, you're going to see a lot of this. You're going to see a lot of pumps on big things like Trump tweeting something. You're going to see everybody start flooding into the market. You'll see big jumps. And then if there's no resolutions and things get more grim, you'll see big pullbacks, right? It's kind of all dictated by what's going on in the world. And it makes sense, I mean, if we are going into a long drawn out war over oil and money and blah, 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 it's like, we don't know how long it's going to last, right? We don't know how long uncertainty is going to be out there. But the way I look at it is it's opportunity, right? Whenever you have opportunity to position yourself, I'm not just talking about buying crypto. I'm talking about if you're in the industry. I'm building a bunch of stuff right now, and I'm just going to have head down hustle, build apps, build things that I think are good for the industry. And you usually can make a lot of your best plays in the bear market on extended bear markets or like droughts, right, where things are just kind of shaky. The one reality is all the biggest products and everything always come out of the bear market. They get really hot on the way up after a bear market when things are kind of shaky, and then they run into a bull run and they do really well. So that's the way I'm looking at it. And, we'll see what happens this week. I think we'll know by Monday, which is day after tomorrow, which direction like the war is going to head. And like, we'll see how the institutional money, if it keeps flowing out by Monday. Mondays are always a big day for any industry, right? Everybody's like back at it. So we'll see if more money flows out, and I'll make sure to keep you guys posted on that, of course. But yeah, today was just one of those days, man. Like, I always try to look for the positive in everything, and there are some really big positives that we saw this week. So we saw the White House basically said 401ks will be able to be in crypto, right? So you'll be able to use cryptocurrency, probably Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the big ones for 401ks. That's $77 trillion in assets that will have access to it. So even if 1% of that were to go into crypto, that's like $7 billion, which is massive, right? And then you have things like Coinbase partnering up with I forget who it was, but you can basically purchase houses now with crypto. So you can take loans on your crypto. You can purchase houses. Massive. That's a massive step forward in the industry. So there are a lot of really good things happening, even though the price action, kind of sucks right now. But that's what happens in bear markets. You get crypto's funny like that. It can go lower than you think, and it can go a hell of a lot higher than you think too. So just keep your eyes peeled. There is always good and bad in the industry. Today is just one of those days where it's like, all right, not the best day for the industry, but take advantage of every opportunity. You got to look at everything as either, you never look at stuff as like, oh, this is horrible. It's like, okay, well, how can I work this to my benefit? And how can I help position myself a little better for when things do get good, right? Because the one truth is, the sooner everything bottoms out and we hit a bottom where this is the bottom and this is when we're going to head upward, it's all upward from there, right? So, be careful what you wish for. Sometimes you want things to happen too quickly and you want the price to spike, but you miss it. You miss the run up, or you miss opportunities where you could have made 10x what you wanted to, right? Just because of timing, right? So timing is everything in this game. And I will keep you guys posted. I'll keep this one short today because I got a lot of stuff to do with the baseball. And we are going to do some more WTF stories, what the F stories in crypto, where we break down the craziest stories in crypto in little 5-minute segments, so it's easy to digest. Because I know you guys can't keep your attention spans more than a few minutes nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And we do those every day, so we have 3 a day coming out. Check those out. It's just wild stories in the industry that are all real stories, and it'll actually help you learn a lot too, and it'll teach you how to not get in trouble with some of these scams and stuff. Much love, you guys. Be nice to each other. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Sunday. I'm going to watch the fights tonight. If you're watching this, if you like the UFC, give me some of your picks down there. I'm going to bet on some UFC tonight. Love you guys. Much love. Peace.